What's up, everybody? A Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on the Space Engineers Inspirations series. We are back from the Thanksgiving holiday break. We're starting things off today with the, Direwolf Frigate. Haha, I remembered. And yes, I forgot the specific call sign insignia thing, but I at least got the important part right. So I want to throw out a bit of a disclaimer for this particular build. The first being that it has a very robust and thorough description that I gleaned over briefly, so will probably mess things up and break stuff. But yeah, if there's anything you have any questions on, if you were curious about it, I highly recommend you check out the description of this build by pulling up the workshop file itself. Because the description goes over every little thing from how to fire all the controls, how to do everything. Like, it's very, very thorough. I just didn't take the time to read it. I read most of it, but there were some things that I think it's just more fun to just screw around with them and see what I come up with. But it's a fairly quick-looking frigate. As far as it's designed, I believe, as more of a strike vessel type of thing. And no, I am totally not floating around here trying to casually look for a door. I was just letting you guys see the cool exterior. That's what it was. Anyways, I actually can't find the door. But yeah, it's a fairly quick attack vessel from what I can see in the description and from some of the screenshots and GIFs that they have and stuff like that. It's very high. I don't see it as like a super armored, but it definitely has some attack power to kind of fly in and just cause a lot of problems for whatever it's attacking. There's also some custom missiles, I believe, that use scripts and targeting and stuff like that, as well as the standard turrets. Ha! I mean, let's go look at the inside. Since we've conveniently found the door, which I was not waiting to do. Oh, that's glass. Dag-nab the glass, man. I run into glass so many times in my videos where it just doesn't look like glass. Especially like this. I don't see the border, and I'm like, oh, why can't I go through the door? Anyways, moving right along. So that's going to go to the other side. Let's check out the lower sections here. Also, I've been getting reports that the videos are coming out a bit smoother since I lowered some of the texture and video details in the game. So that is appearing to be a limitation of my current setup with the graphics card that I have, since the game and OBS both use the graphics cards. I mean the card. This was also a cool thing. I wanted to see how this works. Piston reverse. So this is the ship's computer, I guess, according to the little LCD screen here, which is cool. It's just really cool looking, like, you know, spinny things. And I guess that's going to lower it again. Now, it says something about rotation. Ooh, it's a double spinny thing. So that's pretty neat. I don't exactly fully understand how it's really working. Oh, I get it. It's so that you can actually cycle to different screens and click on them. I'm not really sure how it's actually controlling things through the separate smaller grid. I guess programmable blocks can still do that. But that's really cool. Really cool. I like spinny stuff. But yeah, so the videos should come out a little bit smoother than they were coming out before. At the expense slightly of texture detail and stuff like that, though I gotta be honest, I don't really see the difference. I'm not really noticing the quality being that much lower of the textures and all that kind of stuff that, yeah, I don't know that I'm really noticing it. But it basically comes down to the fact that OBS uses the graphics card as well as the game, but the game gets priority. And so when the game requires more power to make it run smoother, the recording software it suffers from it. So that's why I was not seeing a difference on my end, but in the finished product of the videos, you guys were seeing more stuttering and things like that, is because of how that's set up there. So hopefully that's been taken care of without too much of a drop in quality. Personally, I don't actually notice any, but you guys can let me know if you see any difference in the game assets and stuff, whether the textures are different or whatnot. I may be an idiot. It is possible. But I feel like I either passed or have not found the bridge. Unless this back here was the CIC and I didn't know it. Okay, this must be it. The description mentioned a left and a right seat, so I guess this is the actual bridge slash CIC. The left seat is the pilot seat, and the right seat is kind of the weapon slash designator type area, as you can see here with all the different, we've got, ooh, quad Gatling turret designators. That's interesting. So this is not a modded build, so I'm not really sure how this works, unless it's utilizing scripts to do non-vanilla-y things. But as you can see, we've got the repair projectors, all the turret controls, things like that. The designators are on, though I'm not... Okay, so these are the controls for them. So what I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but what I'm guessing is these are, you're taking control with the turrets and using them to point at a target, and then the custom-made missiles that fire through scripts are basically going where these are guiding them. Which would make sense, because if you left them alone and didn't control them, then the actual turret mechanics would probably paint things anyway, and you could use it as auto-targeting, which is kind of cool. So we have reload on the port and starboard side, front camera for targeting, port launch, starboard launch, turn and burn. Not sure what that is actually doing, if it's like an autopilot script, I guess. Gyros, running lights, jump drives, decoy launchers. So that's cool. We'll have to play around with that. So if we go in like this, let's see how she flies. Oh, wow! For a frigate, this thing moves in a good way. Wow. It doesn't decelerate very well, but it definitely can get up and go, and the maneuvering, turning and stuff is really good. I wonder if that's what the gyroscope controls are for, is if you can increase the their power or something to make them turn better, maybe? Let's see. So if I just were to fire these. So there's your custom missiles. They get dangerously close. I am so nervous of these, like, hitting the ship. I saw it in the screenshots and stuff. Makes me nervous. So that's how those work. Decoy launcher, activation, start, automatic. So let's just do the middle one. Let's see how the decoys work. If I can get them to do anything. Are they doing anything? Let's try start. Or activation. Oh, we've got the running lights on the side. That's really cool. I like that. I'm not seeing the decoys, though. I used the timer and the activation. Maybe now that it's activated, now I can do it. Oh, there they go. So that's pretty cool. And then I'm guessing auto would probably be a bit more like chaff type things. Like it just fires them periodically. Yeah, there it goes. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. Yeah. So overall, I'm really a fan of this ship. And especially with its firepower and maneuverability, this is definitely one to watch out for if you ever see one flying at you. And it also looks like we've got custom turrets here as well on the sides that can swivel and stuff like that, probably utilizing some of those designator controls. But with that, let's wrap this one up and move on to the next one. Alrighty, so next up we have a Monorail Testworld. Now the first thing I should note about this is that it is a work in progress. I didn't actually realize that when I picked it. But I just want to note that, so if we run into any issues or things don't work quite right, that's why. Or at least that's the answer I'm giving. One of the things that I noticed in the comments and stuff on the workshop file was talk of the rails damaging the train and things like that, which I think the builder is working out. So, but overall, I just thought the idea was really, really cool. We've seen trains before. I even featured one on the Hall of Fame episode 200 week before last. But I've always found them very impressive for a Space Engineers type setup where, you know, stuff like this is usually not the go-to thing people build. I also want to check. I don't think it has the ability... No. I was wondering if you could actually walk through the train cars like an actual train, but no. You had to have room for this kind of thing, but all of this setup looks crazy intense, that we've got wheels everywhere, rotors everywhere, so I'm actually genuinely impressed by the amount of engineering kind of thing that would have gone into this to make it work properly. I don't really see any lights per se. That scares me because I think there's 2 trains in this world, so I'm gonna go this way. We're gonna try it this way and see what happens. All right, so let's see. We've got the merge blocks on. We're gonna leave that because I think that holds the train together. The wheels decrease and increase. I'm assuming that's speed, and then the connectors. I don't know what that's for. So first, do we just hit the? Oh, we just hit the. It's the WASD type keys. Okay, I didn't know that. So we've got solar panels on the top. I'm just holding the W key to move us forward. I actually really like the hull design. This is actually a freaky train, though. It's like I'm going into the dark nowhere kind of thing. This is scary. I'm officially creeped out. But as you can see, speed-wise, it actually does really good. Tell me the door's open. Tell me the door's open. Okay, that's just the sunlight. Whew! So, yeah, pretty darn cool. Now we can get a better look at... I love the hull, though. Like, you can't even see any kind of train-related stuff. Oh, that's the end. Okay. So we'll stop there. But yeah, it works really, really well. Now, granted, the build is actually a lot bigger than this. Let me see if I can get a bird's eye view up here. The track is curved on, I think it's this end out here. You can kind of see it right there. Going straight that way. It's huge. The track goes everywhere. There's also a second train, which is why I didn't want to go this way. I didn't know where that other train is located. But there's a passenger one, which was the one that we saw, and then there's the industrial one, which actually would be used for transport and things like that. Alright, so here we have the industrial facility over here. Oh, no, that's neat. They've got welders on the bottom of the track here to repair the train. That's pretty cool. Turn our lamps on. So we've got the transport type things for the industrial car. Oh, and it's even painted red. Oh, cool. But I love this. Like, they've got the wheels and everything completely covered up. Oh, and there's even thrusters. That's cool. Like, this is one of the... I know it's labeled as a work in progress, but this has got to be one of my favorite train designs so far, that it's very, very well done. Got a little bit of the interior, but not much. Let's see. Same kind of deal here, it looks like, with the controls, so it's probably just going to be a forward type thing. I wanted to do this one because I wanted to see the curve. Because, as you can see, it also curves around. Now, this part I don't know about in terms of the durability of the vehicle. That this was where a lot of people were talking about the track or the train getting damaged. But again, work in progress. But it's still incredibly cool that they've got it set up. I mean, it's moving pretty good. This would be really, really handy in like a a survival world where you had two bases really far away from each other and you didn't want to use thrusters or fuel or something. And it's got solar panels on the top to keep everything charged, I guess. Really cool. Really, really cool. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this one, but I thought it was really neat and I wanted to show it off, so let's move on to the last one. Alright, so next up we have what could be, if the screenshots and everything do it justice, could be one of my new favorite ships of all time. This is the LE-447 Mercury with refined decoration. Now I should point out this is a vanilla build, so even though it says refined decoration, it's not actually using any mods. This is a small luxury / exploration vessel, but based on the layout and the screenshots and stuff, this is awesome. I love this ship already, and I haven't even been inside the ship yet. I like the design. Overall, it's got this cool, like... It's kind of... The wings make it kind of look like a fighter, but the size kind of makes it look more like a pod-type ship kind of thing. You've got these little pods on the side and stuff like that. It's really, really cool looking. I don't know if it has any weaponry or not. As I said, it's supposed to be luxury and exploratory, so it does have... Oh yeah, it does. It does have a couple turrets. You gotta have a something. I mean, even if it's just for, you know, breaking apart asteroids or something. But look at this stuff. It's got little... Actually, I don't know how this was even done. This might... Oh, there's the rotor. I didn't see the rotor for these. I was like, wait a minute. But really, really cool design overall. I love this captain's quarter thingy, whatever this is supposed to be. That looks awesome. I'm super excited about this ship. Quite frankly, I'm gonna leave the poll in the description, I mean in the cards for this video, and you guys can select which ones you would want to see reverse engineered next week. But I gotta be honest, my vote counts pretty high for what I would like to do, and I'm kind of thinking I want to do this one. So if you guys are opposed to that, you can let me know. If you'd rather see one of the other two, but I really like this one. This is kind of cool. Look at it. It's got its own elevator. I don't even know how this works. Other than really well, apparently. What is this? I'll be darned. They used incomplete rocket launchers as pylons. That's so cool. Wow, this is actually a big elevator. Okay, so that's cool. So then we have an airlock. Love it. Love it so much. We get a little interior view here of the mechanics and stuff. And then we get to welcome ourselves into this cool ship. Really cool, by the way. Let's see, we've got the kitchen area. We've got the small entertainment room, apparently. Watching some anime. I hope that's anime. If not, let's move on. I love all of this, though. I mean, this is some really good vanilla design here. This is some slick stuff. We got a desk light. Oh, we got a trackball mouse. That's awesome. I didn't know. I've never even thought to use a camera that way. That's cool. Okay, technically, is this the living room? Is that what we're saying? It says living room lights. But that's more of like your desk light, I would think. This seems more of a master bedroom kind of thing. Oh, spinny things! Okay, new favorite ship. Oh, that's awesome. It's got a fold-down flat screen. I love this ship. I really do. In the infamous words of the new rebooted Scotty, I like this ship. It's exciting. What is this? We can turn the TV on and off, looks like. Okay. Complete with surround sound entertainment. This is so cool looking. I mean, it is obviously small, but it's really good use of space, though. I mean, nothing really went to waste. Kind of reminds me of like a little condo. You know, it's not necessarily like a big place, but you can fit a lot into the smaller rooms and stuff if you're good with decor. This is some awesome decorating, I gotta admit. And honestly, the most mind-blowing part to this is that it's vanilla. That's what really blows me away. If you want a good example of what you can do with vanilla, this would be one example of what you can do with interiors. This is crazy. Spinny things. I ought to have t-shirts made with like my logo on the back and it just says spinny things with exclamation points and like an astronaut jumping up. Oh, that would be funny. Second floor lights. Got a little kitchenette area. I love the skylight. So we got this cool seating area with a fold-out TV, and then we can just look out into space. Oh, so cool. No. Best door ever. Actually, how did they do that? Did they just take the piston heads off of these? That's so cool. That is awesome. I didn't know you could do that. That is freaking awesome. So we got a shower. Got a toilet area. What is this? Toilet lights. And the door. Ah! Trash can. Perfect. And then the sink area. This is so cool. This ship is just awesome. What does this do? Bridge lights. Okay. Second floor lights. And I guess this would be your, we'll go with personal house assistant AI house. That's how homey this place is. I'm seeing it as a house. Bridge lights. So we've got a damage readout. It looks like, though, is that how that's supposed to look? Seems a bit hard to see by comparison. I thought it was supposed to look something more like this. We've got the blueprint layout over here. This is so awesome looking. Even the bridge and stuff just looks really great. Alright, so what do we have? A remote control to actually fly the ship, probably, so nothing else is going to be in here. So when we take control, what do we got? Landing gears, elevator, outside spotlights, Gatling turrets, jump drives, and engine lights. So fairly simple and straightforward. Okay, so let's pull the landing gears. Is that just the one? I only see the one landing gear, really, so it probably rests on these wheels on the pods. That's kind of a cool way to do it. So you just have kind of two tires to kind of rest on, and then you have a main landing gear. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's give her a shot. I don't know why the dampeners were off. I hope I can turn them on safely. I didn't see anything about not using them, so... Wow. Wow. For a small little ship, it really moves. Seriously though, if you're not worried about combat and you're just wanting to fly around, best ship ever. Well, okay, that and Sky Edge too. That's still probably my favorite one. This is a close runner though. This is an awesome little ship. Wait a minute, why am I spinning? There we go. Had a little bit of an inertia thing going on there. This is a really nice little ship, though, and it's got a very good view for flying around too. With your info readouts, all this is just a cool ship. I'm happy with this one. I'm glad I picked this one. But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for this episode. Like I said, I'm going to leave the poll again for which of these ships we want to do for the next Reverse Engineer episode. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to be this one unless everybody is dramatically opposed. But with that, we're going to wrap things up here. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you all next time. Peace!